Hello, everyone. I'm Plasma Warriors. Me likes to call me that guy, the Afro. I know it's been a while since the college F-ball paint-off. That rant still really stings, but it's really hard to be a convention person with not much conventioning going on. That and, well, I had to get a tooth pulled. See, I had a wisdom tooth that impacted and then it shattered one of my other teeth. So basically, I had two teeth having to be removed. Now, the one wisdom tooth's been done years ago, but the one I just had, yeah, never tell the dentist I'm okay with any kind of over-the-counter medication. Trust me, you're not. Ever. So now I gotta get an implant, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm not here to talk about my tooth. I'm here to talk about VTubers. Again. Swear no amount of this is going to stop me from being sane. You'll at least make the brain bleach better. Anyway, over the last few weeks, I've noticed a trending topic on Twitter talking about VTubers. Now, originally, this was going to be a very simple I don't really care because most VTubers were just saying stuff about Twitch allowing non-VTubers to use the VTuber tag. Now, let me explain something. All this entitlement is just, I don't care. I've done with this before. I know it's not fair, but it's also not incorrect. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's just done before. That people abuse tags for different reasons. You know, they abuse them because they want to get attention. They abuse them because they want to destroy political people. They want to abuse them because they're Joe Biden. They think they can actually rule the country. That's cute. But seriously. So VTubers basically said, well, if you're not a VTuber, don't use our tag. Now, I see where they're coming from, but they're using this Twitter firestorm in order to get their way. Again. If that was all I had to talk about, this would be a very short video, and I wouldn't even care. Dear God, it's like I was going for Anime Matsuri and the latest scandal again. I'm going to need that in a moment. I should warn you. Anyway, basically, it ended up becoming this thing about male VTubers who are harassing people. Now, how do I know this? One of our most favorite VTubers of all time, Virtually Elude, posted something about male VTubers being okay. And then, of course, do research, backtrack, and look at everything. And then I start seeing people talking about VTubers being harassed, particularly male VTubers harassing people. Now, this is something you gotta remember. We've just dealt with the whole Me Too movement a while ago, and I'm not really interested in having this whole chit-chat with every single VTuber out there saying that this is a problem. I've already had to block 2 because they weren't gonna listen. So I'm not going to waste my time any further. I'm just going to make this video about the situation and why I freaking hate it. Anyway, if you are a male VTuber lately, you might have been noticing people are talking about you specifically. Some people have thought, okay, you're bad, go away. Or some people have thought, you're very nice people. But, yeah, the community hates you again. My issue with either or is simple. Harassment is taken very seriously, especially as me. I'm a safety con guy. I have to deal with this every single weekend sometimes, and it's not fun. I've been harassed at conventions before. So, yeah, it's going on. But, here's the thing. It's been so far mostly a generalization that most, if not all, male VTubers do this. Now, I will make a very clear point. I don't believe that's possible. So, most notable person that I found was a person by the name of Kira De Hesta, a VTuber with about 4.4 thousand followers, and I'm thinking, wow, this is how entitled we've gotten? Now, I want to explain something to you guys. I hate the VTuber entitlement. It's so toxic that it's almost not worth going into any further. We don't need to explain this. But now this is taken to a whole new low. I don't get why you're complaining about male VTubers when, quite frankly, the community itself is being very dark and sinister. Hell, I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about Fee Shoujo, finally. But seriously, at this point, I had to put my foot down and say, I'm not dealing with this anymore. This is getting to a point where it's almost psychotic of how things are being run. And nobody's been able to talk about this without actually having to be on the outside looking in. And you know what? I'm being a very direct point about this. If there are people who are harassing other people, we've talked about this with Momo-kun before, I don't get how people continuously go after people as a generalization and think that's okay. And most of the time, the VTuber community ignores its own problems. In fact, this is one of those problems I don't know actually exists or not. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's harassment going on all over the place. I don't understand why, as a guy particularly, I should get involved in this consistent attack of every single personality just because they have a set of genitalia that isn't yours. Now, let me explain something. If there is legitimate harassment going on, I'll be the first person to step forward and tell you this is a problem. But I've had it before where people have harassed, quote unquote, and it end up being absolutely nothing. So, let me explain. Geeks5Ever and myself have both been targeted for being, quote unquote, harassing. And I keep saying, prove it. Because I haven't done anything to half of these people. Heck, I don't even know half of these people. As for Geeks5Ever, it was at Delta HCon one year, and I was there, so I know there was no harassment going on at that hotel room, because I would be the first person to stop it. So yeah, we've been attacked before, and it continues going on and on and on, and yet there's nobody ever really going out and saying, you know what? That's a bad thing. Now, if you are harassing people, oh, trust me, as a safety person, I'm going to go after you and throw the book down on you, and I hope it hits your ass on the way out as well as the door. But, you know, this is the whole Me Too movement again, apparently. You know, I hate to say this, but so many VTubers have gotten entitled to do whatever they want, and I told you, it's a house of cards. Pull down one part of the deck and everything's falling. And you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm going to defend male VTubers because you know what? I'm tired of everyone being treated like trash in this group, and I'm sick of it all. You're treating my friends and people like garbage. Heck, I'll even go ahead and throw a name out there. Drag Vindictus. Have I seen him done anything to harass people? Well, he works with LewdCon, so if he did, I'd be the first person to talk about it and get rid of him. Oh, believe me, I've already done that. Those VTubers watching know the case of Sora Vermilion by now. What they might not know is originally they were going to help us with LewdCon in terms of virtual crafting. Found out they were harassing one of the members, and we kicked them to the bloody curb like they belong. Bottom line, folks, we're not playing any games when it comes to harassment. Now, as for male VTubers who are getting attacked unfairly, I'll be more than happy to defend you. Believe it or not. Because I'm sick of having people throw names out and garbagey points that have no proof. Again, I've already dealt with that before. I'm not going into it. I've shown it multiple times. You want to complain to me now? I don't care anymore. I'm getting sick of you guys doing nothing. And that goes for everyone I've already talked to. From Athena Eris to Jenny Starveling to Amy Sexshow to Vex Ruby to Mystic VA. I know she was harassed by Kiryu Usagi because she told me. From Lady Boots, from anyone else. If you really think I'm kidding about this, I've had enough of this silence. I've had enough of you being completely oblivious to the problems, or even worse, outright enabling it, such as Silverville. No, we're not doing this anymore. So you know what? I'm about to say some choice words, and you know what? It needs to be said because I think it's time. Turn your volume down. Fuck you! I'm sick of you guys treating us like garbage, and this is the last fucking straw. Get bent again, bitches. But now, that being said, I was gonna talk about this VTuber convention that's going on next week. I'll probably save that for another video, because honestly, I'm too annoyed with what's going on with the VTubers as it is. It's probably a good thing I don't talk about it right now. Can you please tell me, like I said, why are these people still doing this? And I've said this before, these are the most cynical, unappreciative, annoying fan group I have ever met. Again, I've been to Anime Matsuri, San Japan, I've worked for the Houston Texans, and I've dealt with New York Yankees fans. That is saying a lot. But honestly, this is something I need to stop yelling about him, because this happens a lot with harassment. Some people now just post whatever they want and say, haha, he's harassing me. The whole Monica Real Vic Mignogna thing, that was a problem, you know. And quite frankly, it needs to stop. This whole culture of harassing people, rape culture, all this, it needs to stop. And it's the same in reverse for men, too. Now, I don't like this. I don't like hate raids. I don't like going after everyone. To be fair, Virtually Lewd didn't accuse anyone of harassment, as far as I can tell. But it was a notable point to all of this. And it needs to stop. This whole VTuber community either needs to fix their problems, or they're going to start getting deleted at a rapid rate at this point. Because people are tired of this. And this was the last straw for me. There will be a lot of people who I follow who I won't follow anymore after this. Because they won't say anything. They won't stand up for the good nature of people. And they won't do anything to fix their internal problems. I'm really seriously considering building a VTuber for LewdCon. But at this point, I don't know if it's going to help. You know, we have a character in place. And we have ideas, but I don't know if it's going to benefit the community, and I don't know if it's going to benefit LewdCon. So, from here on in, I'm going to be watching everybody very seriously, and there will be names called, because I'm sick of this, and I'm sure a lot of people in this group are sick of it too. So, you're not sick of me, I'm sure. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Again, I've got another video planned. I probably will have to wait on it a little bit because I want this to settle in a little before I get into that detail. Until we'll see each other again, later.